Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Oh Boy, the Hot Mix is Too Much. My name is Jay.
And my name is Vilnius.
Welcome back to our podcast. This is episode 48, right, Vilnius?
48. We're in the end zone, Jay.
Yeah, Vilnius clearly understands football very
Exactly. Once you get 50 points, it's a touchdown.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's the spirit.
And then
Well,
you
thank
run
you,
the
Vilnius,
bases.
for blessing us.
Man, it does not feel like it has been almost a year of this show. It does not at all.
It's a little freaky, actually. Yeah, I mean, we're only about 4 weeks out from our 52nd episode.
Yep.
Of the Lertmaner podcast, which will obviously mark 1 year's worth of weeks. Not really a year, because last year was 366 days.
It won't be exact, but
it
it's
will mark
close enough.
365-ish days. But then also we went from uploading on Fridays or Thursdays to uploading on Wednesday. Or what did we do? We did Sundays?
We did Wednesdays, and now we do... Technically, we're supposed to do Fridays, but we've been bad.
But anywhere between Friday and Monday. Dude, I love how our recording schedule, like our schedule used to be like record between Friday and in the direst of circumstances Monday and get it up on Wednesday and like three times we got it up on Thursday, right? Now it's upload on somewhere between Friday and Sunday and record somewhere between Monday and Wednesday.
It's become much more freeform.
Much more freeform and very, very disorganized in comparison to
yes,
to previously.
Speaking of previously, though, this episode, throwback episode, guys.
Oh, that's right. It is a previously on the Let Me Know podcast. We used to do stuff, and now we're gonna do that stuff. Is that what you were alluding to, Vilnius?
Exactly. Yes.
That was a good explanation, right? I think.
It was perfect, but just in case you didn't catch that, we used to do recommendations weekly on the show. That was the thing, and then we gave up on that because, I guess because we're lazy.
It's not so much that we were lazy, it's more that we were like, well, this is just the same thing every week. And then we started talking about what we wanted to talk about, just kind of whatever. It wasn't that we couldn't do that before. But then we made entire episodes out of the beginning of our episodes where we'd recommend things in a format. And it's been like that since July?
I want to say, was it 3 was the last time we did proper recommendations in an episode?
The last time, I don't know. I think we did a throwback to it after a few episodes as well. That's but we haven't revisited that since September at the latest. I remember because episode 14 was Alien Time. Yeah, that was a little bit of break. Episode 15 was Back to Life, Back to Reality.
16
episode
was that.
16 was the GTA 6 episode.
No, I thought 16 was Back to Life. Or am I wrong?
No, 15 was Back to Life, I think.
Okay.
16 was GTA 6.
No, GTA 6 was like in the 30s.
No, it wasn't, Filmus. That was the one we recorded when I was in the Finger Lakes, which was in July.
Oh my god, you're right. Jesus, my perception of time has been destroyed.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. You were right. No, you were right. You were right. 16 is Back to Life.
Yeah, but sponsored is 19.
Oh, 19.
And I thought it was in the 30s. I am way off. Jesus.
So we haven't done the standard recommendation thing since episode 12?
No. Brug Tech Gang Represent 22. That's one. We did comics and then a song.
Yeah, but that was after, I think, that was after, 9 non-recommendation episodes.
That was after, I think, Latvian Swamp Monsters Unite was a recommendation.
If that was, then it was, we took a 4-episode break in between each.
Pretty long, yeah.
That was a good run of episodes.
Oh, I
What's
don't
that?
like 18, but otherwise it was a good run of episodes.
If there's one thing that has stuck with me for my entire, God damn it, they scored again.
Woo! Go
No,
Penguins!
no, no, not woo. Why would I say God damn it if we scored, Vilnius?
Penguins! Penguins!
We're gonna everybody who's listening to the podcast, Vilnius's address is beep on Beep
I've
Street.
been doxxed. I don't actually like the
and
Penguins. I just
he lives in Philadelphia, and yeah, you just
how could you do this to me? How could you?
you can go do the bad to him now. Now that we know that he's no longer a closet Penguins fan.
Crime is
Um,
justified against all Penguins fans.
yeah, if you're from Pittsburgh, I mean, it's not looking too good for you. Oh, no, that wasn't really that good. It wasn't really that.
We have some
Um,
Flyers versus Penguins live commentary from Jay.
a little bit of live commentary. Actually, you guys got a surprisingly small amount of commentary during the Rangers game, which I was watching during the last recording. That was pretty exciting.
Speaking of exciting, we should get into the
Speaking of
meat of
exciting,
this episode.
yeah, let's get into the meat of this episode, which is guess what, guys? Oh, what a beautiful save!
What a beautiful save. Anyhow, today we will be recommending a movie and a video game. And
Yes,
then, of course, Song of the Week. What is this, week 6, Jay?
I think it's 5 in a row.
World record, either way.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I don't think anybody has told anybody about a song more than a week in a row ever
Mm-hmm.
in their life.
It's true.
Especially not a podcast made by two
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
in Philadelphia who happen to be in high school at the same place.
Mm-hmm. Named Vilnius and Jay.
Yeah, just so before we mention
Oh, yes, I
our
forgot.
recommendations. Yeah, oh, I wasn't sure if you forgot or not. I was kind of confused. I was like, oh, okay. No, it's all right. It's all right. Because I think this happens a lot. So I watched another series this week. It took me a lot longer of a time to watch this than last week's mention, which was Hanazuke Iroha.
Mm-hmm.
This week I watched Carol and Tuesday, um, which I've heard things about. Good, I don't know. Bad, I don't know either. I just had it recommended to me or mentioned to me by a friend, that being Dr. Boofenheim, Doof himself. Um,
Ah, my favorite
lucky for
antagonist of
you.
any cartoon.
Yeah, dude. Yep, of any cartoon. Yo, dude, I love that part where Doctor Doofenshmirtz really messes with the people in Bob's Burgers. That was pretty nuts. Um,
Yeah.
Abrupt transition.
so I kind of went into it not really sure what was going on. Um, it's pretty quickly alluded to that the show will end with the 7-minute miracle of Mars. By the way, it's based on Mars.
What is the 7-minute miracle of
I won't
Mars?
spoil it. It's really complicated to explain, but that's like alluded to right from the beginning.
I see.
Yeah, so Carolyn Tuesday is a song about two girls from drastically different backgrounds. One is a refugee to Mars from the destroyed Earth, or semi-destroyed Earth,
Hmm.
and one of them is a rich girl from, I guess everybody's from Earth, but she's the she's the daughter of a politician.
I have a question. How much does it being on Mars actually play into the narrative? Because from what I've seen of this show, I had no. I haven't actually watched an episode, but I've just seen clips and stuff around. I had no idea it had any relation with sci-fi.
I mean, the fact that it tells you that only has anything to really do with the second half of the show, that being part 2. Even though it's like 12 episodes, 2 parts, but I guess they were both released at the same time. I don't
I
know. It's
see.
kind of confusing. It only really matters in the second portion.
Hmm.
Anyway, the show kind of starts like, they meet randomly because the rich girl runs away from home. Her name is Tuesday, the other's name is Carol. They meet on a
Shocking.
bridge while Carol's playing the keyboard. Tuesday loves the guitar. She has a guitar. She runs away from home with a suitcase and her guitar. And they hit it off. They write a song. They sing a song inside a large concert hall. Gets recorded by this guy named Ratty. Ratty posted on the internet. Viral, you know, as they do.
Hmm.
Um, so that happened. This guy Gus, he takes notice of him. He's kind of a drunkard, and then he becomes their manager, and stuff like that. Um, and all during this time, there's a subplot of this girl named Angela, who's the same age as them. They're both 17. She's a model and child actress, who's like really unhappy with her life acting and wants to sing. Um, and so all this stuff happens. They enter a TV show, uh, called what is it? Mars Brightest, which is like a singing show, where the winner gets offered a contract, to debut.
Hmm.
Um, oh, okay. So I know. Just a quick mention. Vilnius and I had a conversation because this is just me, right? Or I don't know if it's just me, but just it was a little weird to watch a show that was basically just the United States, but everybody speaks Japanese. And so Vilnius and I had a conversation about that, and he disagreed that that would be weird. Um, and I am
It would
happy
be
to.
weird in like a in a narrative that wasn't an anime, where your suspension of disbelief is already being tested just by it being a cartoon. So I think in that context, if it's like, I don't know, like an American talking to an Indian talking to someone from Botswana and they're all speaking Japanese, your brain can kind of be like, okay, sure, it's a cartoon. But if it was like, I feel like those things are more problematic when you're viewing them with like live action. But in a
but
cartoon,
but
especially ones that are not so ingrained in reality, as I assume this one probably is not, considering that it has sci-fi elements. I mean, there's sci-fi ingrained in reality, but like, I don't know. I just feel like with the certain medium, I don't really mind too much.
it's basically like ingrained in a like a. It's kind of like a big old Black Mirror episode, except it's not that bad.
Is Black
Like
Mirror bad?
the technology. Oh yeah, dude. It's like a psychological, like, I don't
That
know,
doesn't wait.
mess with your brain
Are you
show.
saying bad as in the show sucks, or like it's
No, as oh no, I like the show. It's the future is one where
okay?
humans are basically
I
slaves to
haven't watched this
technology.
show. That's what I was asking when you said bad. That's what I.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I mean, basically, humans are slaves to technology, is what it is.
Hmm. One of those
Um,
deals.
and characters overlap sometimes, but not really. So it's like each season is like whatever, like 3 to 6 stories in this
Well,
seemingly
that's
shared
cool.
world. Yeah, it's a cool show. I don't always enjoy it because it gives me a headache a little bit, because it's a future that I would not want to see. But okay, so this is kind of similar. Everybody has like AI, like robots and stuff like that, and
Ah.
cloud AI that can help you do stuff and make decisions, which, as you can probably tell, is not great, in general. Not a good thing to have, because humans are susceptible to something that they put too much trust in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yes.
so the whole thing about it being in the US, I still stand by my thought that uh, I still stand by the thought that Netflix was trying to reflect the environment of its main audience.
I mean, I don't
Or
think
by the thought.
Netflix had a say in the production of this show. They just licensed it. They didn't
Um,
make it, Jay.
hmm. Oh, that's actually a fair point. I didn't think about that. I feel like you think Netflix doesn't have anything to do with the shows that are produced for it.
I mean, this isn't a Netflix original.
It is a
Netflix it's
Netflix original.
Netflix takes things and then they put the Netflix original on them. Netflix paid to have this on their streaming service, but it's not as though they have creative control really in this. Netflix isn't unless it's a proper Netflix built and run thing, let's say what's the thing people like? Spooky Town. It's not Spooky Town.
The
It's the
hell's
one with
Spooky
11
Town?
as the main character. My family refers to it as Spooky
Stranger
Town.
Things.
There we go. Like that, they have creative control in. But
So how would you know that they
I'm
don't have
like
creative control over
99%
this?
certain they don't have creative control over this, as they just licensed it. It's like Crunchyroll J. Crunchyroll doesn't have a say in the production of anything except their specific Crunchyroll originals. Like X-Arm, that came out. I think that was a thing they worked on. But they're also running a ReZero this season. Crunchyroll has no say in how ReZero is made.
Yeah.
I can try to look this up because I may be wrong. I don't
Actually,
know,
Vilnius, it
but
seems like it is unclear as to what. Okay, there are 4 different ways. So Netflix commissioned and produced the show, which would mean they had direct
I'm pretty certain
production
that they
say.
did not do that.
Vilnius, do you know for certain? Because I'm telling you the 4 types of Netflix originals right now.
I'm looking
Okay?
it up. I'm just saying I don't think it's that. This is the Googling theme song. We are Googling things now. We will cut out this bit. Netflix holds international distribution rights. So they had.
That's it?
That's it. That's it.
Okay, so I was wrong. So, yeah, you were right.
Victory! Just like the Penguins over the Flyers.
Oh, did we score? We didn't score.
What?
I thought we were going to score.
No, I'm
No,
on the
no,
other
it
side,
was-
Jay.
it was-
I'm fighting you in this hockey game that I'm not watching.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I was wrong. But I don't know. It was weird because the whole thing is it was all released in 2018 or 2019. I don't know which one. I'm pretty sure 2019. And it is funny. I think there are actually a lot of the reason that I assume that is because there are a lot of parallels to current happenings in American politics. That I'm guessing were on purpose.
Yeah.
Definitely, and I'll talk about that in a sec. So anyway, back to just the rough plot. They went on the show Mars Brightest. I won't say exactly what happens. If you are unfamiliar and are only slightly familiar with anime, you may recognize the Mermaid Sisters. They did this song that I think became a C tier meme
Sing
from
it,
that
because
show.
I don't think I know it.
I'm not gonna take the labor of singing the song because it is just swearing.
Okay.
It's
Japanese
really funny
or
though.
English?
Actually, no. So there are 20 something original songs in the show, which is really amazing. And all of them are in English. No, one of
That
them is
is
in
really
French.
cool. Okay.
Dude, the
I
music
guess that's kind of weird,
is
though.
so good. It
Hmm.
is it's like they professionally produced 2 albums worth of music for this show.
That's pretty good.
It was so impressive.
It's good
It
to
was
have
funny.
a
My mom,
show about making music where the music is good.
yeah, I mean, but this was impressive. The amount of songs, the amount of performance. That was one thing though.
20 in 20 episodes. This is a 24 episode show, right? That's a pretty massive amount of songs.
It's intense, yeah, dude. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, there are a couple episodes they'll show multiple in an episode, whatever,
Yeah.
but the songs are so good and they're full length songs.
Mm-hmm.
Every one they made into a full length. Actually, my mom has a very specific type of music that she particularly enjoys. In the competition that in that Mars Brightest competition, there's a character named GGK, and she sings a song that is I sent it to my mom. My mom probably doesn't know it's from an anime or whatever. I sent it to her and she was like, this is spot on. It was so weird. So that should say something about the production quality of the music in this show, in my
That's
opinion.
cool. I will have to check out
You
some
know,
of that.
the fact that it's the type of song you would hear on the radio and be like, whoa. Um, and Carol and Tuesday themselves, right? They're a group. They reflected just this great style that was really consistent, and all of the
Yeah, yeah.
songs were. It was just great. Um,
I have another question. Since the
yeah, what's
songs,
up?
you said some of them are in English, do the characters who sing the
All of
songs in
them except
English
for one.
speak English in the show too, or do they speak
No,
Japanese and then
that
switch
threw
to
me.
English?
That threw me for a
Okay,
loop.
now I can see the problem with that. Now that I see how that would feel weird.
Now you understand why I was confused?
Well, I
Yeah.
didn't figure that that's how that would go. That seems a bit odd, but
No,
now
dude.
I can
It is
understand your
English.
complaint. That makes a bit more sense.
Yeah. Like the whole everybody speaking Japanese thing really threw me
Hmm.
for a loop.
Odd that they didn't try to have some sort of It's odd that they didn't make it consistent with the languages, but they could have just made it all
I
Japanese. I
I
don't think.
also think that, but at the same time, okay. So, if Netflix did not have any production say in it, I understand then why they licensed it, because with all the songs being in English, it also works very well for a Western audience, which is going to be a large demographic of who they're maybe trying to spread this to.
Mhm,
And that's what an anime studio has to gain for signing exclusively with Netflix is a Western audience.
mhm, mhm.
So I think it was a good fit. Okay, yeah, I know I changed my tune there now that I know the real reason behind it, but I think the setting, the setting, um, the very American looking demographic of people, as well as the songs being in English and very Western radio, very
Mhm.
American radio kind of thing, that works in its favor for an American audience for sure. So part two is a little nutty. So they decide to release stuff, and at the same time, Tuesday's mom is running for president with a very corrupt pollster behind her. And so here's where you can draw between American politics and this. So, first of all, she's running against a guy, the incumbent named Hamilton. Though this was actually in 2019, did we know who the presidential candidates were going to be?
I think so.
So Hamilton looked pretty similar to Biden.
Oh,
That was just something I can draw from it now, that
yeah,
he
yeah.
looks kind of similar to Biden. Um, Tuesday's mom has an interesting resemblance to Donald Trump. Not
Mhm.
significant, because honestly, she could pass as a Hillary Clinton clone as well. But given that this was made in 2019, a Donald Trump parallel would be a little more realistic, in my opinion.
Perhaps, yeah.
Um, Now, she runs on a platform of cutting trade ties with the world, the earth, and deporting all of the immigrants.
Aha. Yeah.
And
Some.
and there becomes a theme of white police officers arresting black people and deporting them first.
Okay, yeah, some pretty obvious connection to America.
But that's just in like the last 4 or 5 episodes.
Hmm. So is there like a harsh tonal switch?
It was a little weird. Yes, it was a little weird. Also, I'll just say it, whatever. That pollster, this guy was using AI to determine how she could best win it. By the way, she's running. It's blue versus red, just like in the US, and she's red in the election party. She's
Hmm.
referred to as conservative and everything.
Okay.
Um, and she blames Hamilton, the incumbent, for not doing enough to deal with the immigration problem, which sounds like a particular carrot-looking friend that we've seen in the past 4 years.
Hmm.
Also, another thing on top of that is I can't remember. So, what was I just gonna say? I have no idea what I was about to say. It was gonna be really cool, and I was gonna be like, "Wow, I'm really awesome and stuff now." Oh, okay. So the pollster, the guy that's using the AI and thus telling Tuesday's mom what to do, he funds. He funds a um through one of his subsidiaries, a family. He pays them out to bomb the weather control center in Alba City, which is the capital city of Mars,
Oh.
and blow it up. So that's the main part I was talking about, where Mars later comes in, because for some reason the weather control goes down, so it becomes cold, which is obviously not how Mars works, because Mars is colder than the Earth. She obviously doesn't know that, and it comes at like this point, because then, since it was an immigrant from the Earth, a refugee from the Earth, that blew this up, right? Blew it up, and they found that. She was able to then blame the incumbent for letting them in. The incumbent let in a terrorist. But like when you look at it, it draws a lot of similarities to our last presidency,
Mm-hmm. For
especially the
sure.
campaign and blaming the blue party, for something that is may or may not actually be a threat. Probably not.
Yeah.
Um, And so that's where the whole everybody is super diverse but speaking Japanese, and what was the other point I had? There was something else. That's where all that comes in. It's a little weird, and it takes a little bit of a turn. I don't know.
Yeah. Hmm. It's interesting that it goes so like s- uh I guess obvious perhaps with the connections to American politics. It
Oh,
seems to
it's
be
really
like
obvious.
really direct.
Yeah. And then there was a whole theme about stifling free speech,
Hmm.
which I think is something that, from a liberal point of view, has been maybe an issue. I don't know, actually. I guess, yeah, like protesting and stuff. But obviously, this was talking about stifling free speech in music.
Hmm.
Um, so it was a little weird at the end. Obviously, the show, it still had Carolyn Tuesday at the end. A bunch of stuff happened.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of complicated, and they got successful, and they did the 7-minute miracle at the very end of the last episode, and then it said, "Will be continued."
Oh, okay. Do you think it sets itself up well for a sequel, or it would be better off without one?
No, I think it'd be better off ended here. I don't think.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sometimes
I don't
stories,
think.
people, they add the extra season, either because it was a profitable thing, or I don't know, any other
Will
reason.
will be continued. Will be continued is a weird way to phrase it. I don't know why they phrased it like that. Just so you know, Vilnius, you know how in well, obviously there's a difference with normal anime. In normal anime, all the writing, the text is in Japanese. All the writing, reading stuff is in English to begin with.
Hmm. I guess it's supposed to be like an American colony on Mars, right?
Yeah, but it, it,
That's
it
but
it's
still
like
that
a
adds
little
to the language
too
thing.
much.
Odd choices all around, but I guess it makes sense to some extent.
Yeah, also, yeah, there were some things in the show that had like absolutely no point in the growth, like big plot points, like this person they meet on the Mars Brightest show that like kind of betrays them. But it had no like the repercussions of that betrayal. There were no repercussions of the betrayal. It didn't really affect the story for more than an episode.
That's funny.
Like basically somebody went out of their way to harm one of the characters, and they still performed their song on the show, but they didn't like move on because of like resiliency, because they were like resilient and kept performing. Or maybe they did, but it was this whole plot point for like 2 or 3 episodes,
That
and then it resulted in nothing.
that is
Because
strange.
because surprise, they also got the opportunity because it's a show, and then they decided not to take the opportunity. And so
Oh,
everything that happened in the first half of the show didn't matter.
oh,
Like,
that's very annoying. I do not like that.
so much of the Mars Brightest competition didn't matter. Obviously, they got the all you could take away from the Mars Brightest, the new friend slash obsessive person, the betrayal, the opportunity they're given. All you take out of all of that, all the new people they meet, you get a little bit of that, and I mean a little bit of that in episodes like 23 and 24. Also, they meet Angela,
Mm,
that teen model, for the first time. But all you take out of that is they got exposure.
that's a bit
That's it.
annoying. That's
Out of the
kind of
entire
annoying.
first season, it's like it's a little too much. You feel?
Yeah,
It wasn't bad, but it was like when you reach season 2, you're like, "Wait. So none of that mattered at all? Like, why?"
I don't like it when a show just kind of abandons certain characters and plot points halfway. Uh, it makes it feel like everything that the characters have struggled through, and you as a member of the audience have, watched them grow, and all of that was ultimately meaningless.
I mean, that's the only reason that I wasn't able to enjoy it to the fullest, though. It was just a little weird.
Hmm.
I think overall, I give the show a 7.
Hmm. Seven. Seven's good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Hmm.
It's alright.
We are in our throwback episode spent 44 minutes doing a normal episode.
That's true, but there's always time for the throwback films.
Yeah. I guess we have to run through these a bit faster than expected, though, which I'm perfectly
Yeah,
fine with, because that was a very interesting discussion about that show. I was not expecting
I
it to
quite enjoyed.
go the ways it went. Um,
Yeah.
should I start off with my movie then, Jay?
Hey man, go ahead.
So, today I will be recommending the classic children's film
Oh,
Fantastic Mr. Fox. I
Fantastic Mr.
recently
Fox.
recently was like 2 months ago rewatched this movie because me and my family have been doing like this binge of Wes Anderson films, and of course Fantastic Mr. Fox is one of his, and it holds up perfectly to every memory I had of it. uh it's in glorious stop motion. Stop motion is like, I wouldn't say my favorite style of animation, but it's up there. Everything has this sort of, I don't know, it's like right in between the real world and the completely obviously fictional world of animation. It's like you could touch it, but not quite. Uh, and
Yeah,
with certain limitations of movement and whatnot, and the sets, everything comes together in interesting, fun ways. Of course, it's a Wes Anderson film, so a lot of very beautiful shots, a lot of symmetrical things. Uh, the movie itself still as funny and charming as I remember it. I'd forgotten certain plot points, and like it was fun to just go back and like still have the surprising bits hit in surprising ways, like the reveal of the hunter wearing fantastic, or I can't even remember his real name, so I'll just keep referring to him as Fantastic Mr. Fox. Wearing his tail as a tie was still, just as shocking as it must
yeah.
have been to me as a kid. Some of it though was, I guess, like less impactful than it was as a kid to me, like the scene where the rat dies, but like overall, I would say it's like just as good as I remember it. Just about.
That is good. I mean, the last time I watched Fantastic Mr. Fox, and actually the only time, was in 5th grade.
Mm.
And I remember, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 0% of it. Um, thus, I don't know that I am the voice of reason on this movie, but I can confirm that I did enjoy it when I watched it. That I know. Well, yeah,
How about you, Jay? What movie do you have to recommend?
the movie that I want to recommend is A Few Good Men. A Few Good Men
Ah.
is a military courtroom drama lawyer movie with Tom
Oh.
Cruise himself. It is a fantastic movie. It's so good. I watched it in film class a couple months back.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it is something I would very highly recommend. Um, the payoff in the climax, fantastic. Very exciting. When they take it to court, and even the investigation of the case they do is so good. Honestly, just great movie. I don't really know what else to say about it. It's been a while since I watched it. I do remember it in detail for the most part,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
just like you know, go go watch that movie.
It's good to
I
be
think
brief.
I yeah. I mean, from what I understand, and it's a classic. It's a bit of a classic. It's from the '90s, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think it's definitely worth to watch.
Are you a fan of court dramas, Jay? Because I have seen, I maybe one at most.
It is the only I have ever watched.
Mm-hmm. I'm not opposed to them. I just have minimal experience.
Yeah. Anyways, Vilnius, hit me with that game.
That game recommendation. Ho ho!
That game recommendation.
Today I will be recommending the one, the only, the Mario Kart DS.
Oh hell yes.
So Mario Kart DS is probably the game that I've played the most of and replayed the most of. I can just sit there doing the same tracks I've done and I've already mastered 1,000 times over and never get bored of it. Uh, it's like the one game that I am actually good at and can beat other people at when I play against them. Um, I don't know, the gameplay itself, like each map has enough variety and enough changes and different turns and fun things in them that like the game itself is never boring no matter how many times I go through with it. And even when I feel as though I'm already like at the highest level I can be, um, playing against the AI, even if I'm never going to be beaten and bruised by them, there's still that aspect of randomness and chance where they can take you down a notch. And then there's that catch up, and that catch up is a lot of fun too. The struggle to get back to first. I'm
Yeah.
playing with friends. Mario Kart with friends is the best. Uh,
Mario Kart with friends is amazing.
Everyone gets really into it in my experience at least. And as I said, it's one of the few I can actually compete with them with.
Yeah, I mean, I have really fond memories of Mario Kart DS for sure. I love the map selection for the most part. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I haven't owned it in a while, which I find sad, but I should get around to owning it at some point because I think it's pretty cheap as DS games go because I think there were a lot of them made.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think it's one of those. I think it's one of those $10 cartridges. I think like when you go into a GameStop, like the Pokemon games are always like $50.
Mm-hmm.
Like Diamond Pearl,
When you
$50 or
go
sixty
into a
dollars.
GameStop, when was the last time you went into a GameStop?
Uh, well, I bought two games for my DS in July of 2019
Oh, what
at a
games?
GameStop. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, which is
Yeah.
horrible on a DS.
Yeah, that doesn't sound very fun on the DS.
Yeah, you know why it's bad? It's because wait, is it you click to zoom or so oh yeah, so both like bumpers are to shoot.
Both are to shoot. Odd.
Both are to shoot. No,
Very odd.
you don't aim with the left one. You click the bottom screen to aim. It's horrible.
That sounds
It's really bad.
pretty painful.
It is utter pain. I played it for a few hours though. I think something. It was all right. Obviously, I would much rather play it on I don't know anything else. Um, yeah, but yeah. I gotta be honest though. I gotta level with you. There is one game I prefer in the Mario Kart franchise because of map selection, and that's Mario Kart Wii, which was released.
mm,
It's somewhat the same generation ish. Well, not
same, like,
really. I think it
I
was
think
after.
5 years or so in between each other.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I could be
I
totally
I
wrong.
really like maps like Coconut Mall.
Coconut
Um,
Mall is one of the best maps in Mario Kart. I'm glad they put it on 7 because I never had a Wii, but now I could play that on my 2DS.
yeah.
7 is also
Also,
really good.
Koopa something. The one with the rushing water where you go faster
Hmm.
in the water and then you go in the
Yeah,
other
yeah.
underwater tunnel.
Hmm.
What is that?
I
That
forget
used
the
to be
name
my
of that
favorite
one.
map.
That one is also in 7. That one's a fun one.
Well, yeah, they basically added. They basically just combined. Did they?
They didn't combine
They added a
everything. Like,
couple things.
there's the minecart one is still specific to the Wii.
That's the one I was just about to say. What's it called? Is it like
Well, there,
Waluigi Mines or something?
yeah,
Or
yeah. There's another minecart one that's in 7, but not that one. Hmm.
and then also, I have some memory about a factory.
There is a factory thing on the Wii, yeah, where like the tracks will put
Yeah,
you into a different one. They're like motion pads. I don't know what to call them.
and there's like smashers,
Yeah, there's
like
smashes and
like
stuff.
like three of them in a row
Hmm.
at some point. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone had Mario
Wow.
Kart on the Wii, so even though I never had
God,
it,
I love Mario
whenever
Kart on
I
the Wii.
played at other people's houses, I would. I remember some of them. I was not great on the Wii.
Well, I have more fond memories of the DS, but I much prefer the track selection on the Wii. And you know
Hmm.
what I actually am surprised about is I kind of like Mario Kart 8.
I've yet to play 8.
I didn't think I would, but they have a third level of drift.
Ah, that's fun.
So isn't it like yellow and then blue? They have purple now, but there are only certain places you can. Well, no, to be fair, if you're good enough, you can kind of just drift in like always if you really wanted to.
Hmm.
Um, like around a lot of turns and on straightaways and stuff, you wouldn't go as fast, but the boost would be worth it. Um, but there are a couple maps where that's the problem is there's a couple maps where that's a little bit game breaking.
Hmm.
Um, like places where you can do these long drifts really easily and get like two boosts on one big turn.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and also like the whole. By the way, I'm talking about Mario Kart 8 Deluxe or whatever the one on the Switch is.
I think 8 Deluxe is just like 8, but with something
8 Deluxe is I
added.
think just 8 on the Switch.
Is that what it is? I thought 8 was
Well,
originally
obviously they
released on
added stuff,
Switch.
but no, 8 was released on the Wii U.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no,
I
no, no, no,
forgot
no.
about
Wait,
that.
wait, wait. No, you may be right. No, 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 no. You may be right. Hold up. I'm actually really confused now. Mario Kart 8, yeah, came out for the Wii U. Yeah. Wow, 2014?
Wow, that's God. The Wii U is that old, isn't it?
When was
Jeez,
Mario
yeah,
Kart
because
7
that's right. They
released?
were advertising the Wii U and Pokemon
Dude,
X.
dude, Mario Kart 7 is coming up on 10 years.
I did see that. I saw a post about that in like a few weeks, right?
No, 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 December 11th or
Okay,
1st
okay,
or something.
okay.
Oh my
Many months.
god. Wow. I can't believe that.
That is pretty shocking. Yes. How about your game, Jay? Though, what do you got on the
My
table?
game my game is more of like a thing on a website, and that is Pokemon Showdown.
Ah,
Pokemon
yes.
Showdown is sick as hell. It's a Pokemon battle emulator. Now I gotta be honest, I have a couple problems with like some of the metas and stuff. I definitely do. For example, moves in Pokemon like Substitute are extremely annoying and on way too many Pokemon for no reason. Um, and also like Gen 8 with the like oh, the Pokemon get bigger and stronger now. That was really
Oh,
stupid. I miss
Dynamaxing and
Mega
Gigamaxing.
Evolutions.
Yeah, I hate that they kicked Megas out and then put in all these other
Megas are
things that were
so much
basically
better.
just Megas but lamer.
Yeah, Megas are so much better. Like the signature moves and the signature stones, just a lot, a lot better. Um,
I did not like the signature stones much, but
oh, I quite liked it. I
from
liked
Sun
the
and
fact
Moon
that
you're
it
talking,
was
right?
no, just how it was. Oh no, I don't mean Z moves.
Oh, okay. Now I know what you're on about. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind.
I mean,
Okay.
Z moves were fine. I didn't have a problem with
I
Z
didn't like
moves. I
Z
didn't
moves. Not
love them.
necessarily that I think they ruined the game or anything, but I have a intense dislike for Sun and Moon. It's like my least favorite Pokemon game. So.
Oh, I love Sun and Moon.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jay. I didn't know.
Well, okay. The only reason I love Sun and Moon is because Incineroar, or the Litten line, is my favorite
Really?
evolution line. Yeah, you knew that,
I knew
dude. You told me you
Incineroar
didn't
was
know
your
that.
favorite, not the whole line. My problem with that
Oh
game is
yeah,
that it's insanely easy. The story is
it is easy
okay.
and
I like
linear.
the twist at the end and the two-team thing, but like most of the time it's just kind of a boring slog.
You know what really sucks? Sword and Shield, dude.
I've yet to play that, but I've been told
No,
so.
I haven't either, but I know it sucks. I watched RT gameplay. I watched all, like, I don't know how many videos he did. He did a pretty hilarious run where he basically beat the whole game with a shiny Wooloo he spent like 24 or 30 something hours searching for, that he named Muffin, and
God,
leveled up to level 100 and like maxed out IVs. It was really funny.
that sounds pretty
But
funny.
so, like, like the main city. There's always like that main city. The main
Hmm.
city was literally just, dude. It was like a Smash map, like that level of linear. Like you
Ah.
couldn't really go into the main city.
Hmm. I don't mind linear Pokemon games too much, to be
Nah, dude.
fair.
No, but do you remember the beauty of Lumiose? Do you remember the beauty of Lumiose
That's the X and Y one, right?
in Gen 6? Dude,
Yeah.
do you remember how many alleyways you could explore? And
Lumiose
like,
is awesome. Like, it's kind of hard to navigate because of the camera, but like,
it's so hard
there's
to
just
navigate.
so many cool
There's
shops and
so
little
much.
Easter eggs and stuff in there. It's a lot of
It's
fun.
so cool, dude.
X and
And
Y, for
also
all the
because the
problems in
looker
X and Y, I love that game so much.
X and Y, I really liked it.
Yeah.
It was the last game with a consistently decent roster of Pokemon.
Last gen, I would say, not last game.
No, last gen. Well, yeah, no, game would not. Yeah, no, I meant gen.
Yeah. I figured you did. I just
Oh well, okay. No, yeah, I think 6 was okay. I mean, there were some questionable things in 6 probably,
six.
but for
No,
the
I
most part,
six is like I love six. I can't bring
I
myself to
love I
say
love
negative
5
things about
though.
six. Five
I
is
love
black and
5.
white. Black and White 2 is the best
God, those
Pokemon game.
games. Those games are
Actually, no, Black
just
and White.
so.
I don't know which is better, one or two, but those are the best
I
games.
know. I know. We talked about before the movie studio and the
Hmm.
tournament, the tournament place,
Yeah.
and the mall that you could run.
Yeah, those games are just filled to the
Oh
brim
my
with
gosh.
cool things. They've by far the best story out of any of the Pokemon games. Black and White, in my opinion, I know others disagree with this, has no bad Pokemon. It also has the best soundtrack of any of the games, and
Well,
probably my favorite.
Garbodor,
Bro, I
Garbodor
love Garbodor.
is.
I don't understand why people hate him. He's just muck, but
Oh no, I don't hate him. I just don't think he's that great. I think he's the bottom of the barrel as it comes to Gen 5.
Audino's the bottom of the barrel for me. But
Okay. Oh, okay. No. Wait. Why do I always think Audino is? By the way, why did they just make a psychic? They just made a psychic Audino in Gen 8.
they did.
Just in DD.
Oh,
It's
that
just a
thing.
psychic Audino. It's so stupid.
I don't know. Yeah, we should get back on
Goal!
track.
Let's go, baby!
Yo,
Go!
we
That's
should get
right,
back on
though.
track because we're an hour and 10 minutes into this.
Oh my God! Seriously? Well,
Yeah.
I mean, that was all I had to say about Showdown, basically. But yeah, I mean, oh, Farabee scored again. That's two from tonight. Um, All right, I mean that's about all I have to say about Pokemon for now.
Yeah. We should do song of the week now,
Song of the week, real quick,
I'm just
super quick.
I'm just gonna
Go,
say the
miss.
name. Math Prof
Hit me.
Rockstar, Math Prof Rockstar by Jim's Big Ego. Talked about Jim's Big Ego on the show before. Catchy,
Oh, yeah,
funny
yeah.
song. Boom. On to Jay.
My song recommendation is "Igloo" by Sean Wasabi from the album Mango Tail. It has possibly taken over as one of my favorite. It is one of my favorite albums of all time now. So listen to that. It's the 12th track, but the album's only 35 minutes. So just listen through the whole thing. It's a work of art.
Woo. And with that, we shall be ending this podcast. Hopefully,
Adios.
you have enjoyed, and hopefully this has convinced you to either follow on Spotify or subscribe on YouTube. Leave a comment, like maybe. It's not like we'll be entering the algorithm or anything, but
Hey, but maybe if you like, we will, right, Vilnius? And maybe if you have to like her, otherwise you will die alone.
exactly.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Goodbye.
We finish each other's sandwiches. That's what I was gonna say. I never met someone who thinks so much like me. Jinx again. Our mental synchronization can have but one explanation. You and I are just meant to be.
Under the
Say
sea, under
goodbye,
the
say
sea.
goodbye.
I don't know lyrics to that one.